Before YouTube became the internet's home for video, it was a dating site. Before Slack revolutionized how teams work, it was a video game nobody played. Before Twitter changed global communication, it was a podcasting platform that barely worked. These companies almost never existed. And the stories of how they survived, how they transformed into what they are today, contain the most important lessons any founder can learn. Welcome to Founder Fuel. Today we're going deep on one of the most powerful forces in startup history, the pivot. Not the casual we're adjusting our strategy pivot, the real kind. The kind where a founding team looks at everything they've built, all the code, all the money raised, all the promises made to investors, and decides to blow it up and start fresh. These aren't rare stories, they're the norm. A Harvard Business School study found that only 10% of startups succeed with their original idea. The other 90% either pivot or die. So the question isn't whether you'll need to pivot, it's whether you'll recognize the signal in time and have the courage to act on it. Today, we're going behind the scenes on 3 of the most dramatic pivots in tech history. And by the end, you'll understand exactly what to look for in your own company and when to pull the trigger. February 2005, 3 former PayPal employees, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim, had a simple idea. They'd watched people struggle to share home videos via email. The files were too big, the platforms were terrible, so they built a solution. But their original concept wasn't a platform for all video. It was a dating site where people would upload video introductions of themselves. The tagline, tune in, hook up. They launched it, they promoted it. They even offered to pay women $20 per video to seed the platform with content. Almost nobody uploaded dating videos. But something strange was happening. People were uploading everything else. Funny home videos, concert clips, news broadcasts, random moments caught on a phone. The founders watched this user behavior with confusion and growing curiosity. Here's the moment that unlocked everything. Jawed Karim, one of the 3 founders, wanted to find video footage of 2 major events: the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami and Janet Jackson's Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction. He couldn't find either one anywhere online. There was no central place on the internet to share and discover video. The dating site was a distraction from a much bigger problem they'd accidentally stumbled into. Within months, they stripped away the dating concept entirely and repositioned YouTube as a platform for anyone to upload and share any video. 1 year later, just 18 months after launching, Google acquired YouTube for $1.65 billion. The dating features? Never mentioned again. The lesson: the product your users build with your platform is often more valuable than the product you intended to build. In 2010, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger launched an app called Bourbon. Bourbon was a location-based social network, heavily inspired by Foursquare, with layers of additional features. Users could check into locations, earn points, make plans with friends, and yes, post photos. The app had one serious problem. It was a mess. Too many features, too much complexity. Systrom would later describe it in interviews as cluttered and confusing. Despite its complexity, the team kept watching user behavior, and they noticed something interesting. Of all the features in Bourbon, one was being used dramatically more than the others: the photo feature. People weren't using the check-ins, they weren't using the points system, they weren't making plans, they were just taking photos. And specifically, they were obsessed with the filters. The ability to take an ordinary photo and make it look beautiful, professional, artistic, all with a single tap. Systrom and Krieger made a decision that most founders would never have the nerve to make. They fired almost their entire feature set. They stripped Bourbon down to its absolute core: a simple, beautiful photo sharing app with stunning filters. They renamed it Instagram. They launched Instagram on October 6, 2010. Within 24 hours, 25,000 people downloaded it. Within a week, 100,000. 18 months after launching, Facebook acquired Instagram for $1 billion when the company had exactly 13 employees. The lesson: The most courageous thing a founder can do is delete the work they're most proud of. Because users are always telling you what they actually value. Stuart Butterfield had already failed once building a gaming company. His first attempt, a multiplayer online game called Game Never Ending, never made it to launch. But something interesting happened during that failure. While building the game, his team created a photo sharing feature. They spun it out. They called it Flickr. Yahoo acquired Flickr in 2005 for an estimated $35 million. Then Butterfield tried again. In 2009, he launched Glitch, a browser-based, massively multiplayer world set inside the bodies of enormous giants. It was imaginative, beautiful, and unlike anything that existed. After 3 years of development and millions in funding, Glitch shut down in 2012. It couldn't find an audience large enough to survive. But here's what happened during those 3 years of building Glitch. The distributed team had built an internal messaging tool, something faster and more organized than email, something that let them search conversations and organize discussions by topic. When Glitch died, they had almost nothing, except this tool. They decided to package it and sell it to other businesses. That tool became Slack. Slack launched publicly in 2013. By 2019, it went public. In 2021, Salesforce acquired Slack for $27.7 billion. The lesson: sometimes the most valuable thing you build is the thing you built for yourself. Now look at these 3 stories side by side. YouTube. Users started uploading general video when the founders intended dating content. Instagram. Users kept using photos when the founders expected location check-ins. Slack. The team built a messaging tool for themselves and discovered it was the product the market wanted. In each case, the founders didn't invent the new direction. Their users did. This is the core insight that separates companies that survive their first years from companies that don't. The founders who win are radically observant. They watch what their users actually do, not what they expected them to do. What they actually do when they open the app and start using it. If you're building something right now, don't just measure metrics, watch behavior. That gap between what you built and what users actually use is where the next billion-dollar company lives. Here's the takeaway. The biggest mistake most founders make isn't building the wrong product. It's refusing to change when the evidence is clear. YouTube, Instagram, and Slack didn't succeed because their founders were brilliant visionaries. They succeeded because their founders were humble enough to admit when they were wrong, and bold enough to change everything when they were. That's the real startup lesson. Not move fast, not fail fast. Listen harder. If this breakdown was valuable, subscribe to Founder Fuel right now. Every week we go deep on the stories, strategies, and hard lessons that serious entrepreneurs need to know. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.